Hey, what's up, guys? Recording this on day 3, I think, of quarantine. I hope y'all are hanging in there and not going too crazy. So let's talk about backlinks today. Backlinks historically have been a major component for SEO, but they became really easy to game after a while. Google used to use them a lot because they were a measure of quality. They were basically a proxy, right? So like the idea is that if another website links to your website, that's sort of a vote for your website, right? Google can look at that and say, all right, this site must be decent quality because it's got more other websites linking to it than this competitor site. And so we should rank it higher. Well, that eventually became pretty easy to game. And so Google had to change a little bit. And so now they look at user behavior much more and backlinks far less than they used to. And so nowadays, brands almost across the board do not need to go build backlinks. And by brands, I mean anybody roughly mid-market or above in their space. So mid-market in terms of company size, number of employees, revenue, some proxy for brand awareness for how big you guys are. If you're mid-market or above, you almost certainly do not need to go build backlinks. And that's because Google already knows you're legit. They have all this user behavior that says, all right, these guys are like, people are looking for them. They're well known. We should definitely rank them. Google's not going to say, all right, we shouldn't rank this site, even though it's well known just because it doesn't have some backlinks, right? So where backlinks come to play nowadays is with underdogs. If you are new, if you're on the lower end of the market, you may need to go build backlinks, but I use the term build very loosely. And I'll tell you a story to illustrate what I mean. So we had a client in the biomedical space. They are a distributor for GE healthcare products. And there's only like 7 other distributors in the world. And so we created all this content for this client to meet the intent of all these keywords we were going after. In SEO and paid search, organic and paid search, we're doing great. They were doing amazing. We were getting a ton of traffic, ton of sales. This was an e-commerce site. But we had some of our higher traffic terms were on page 2, and we just couldn't get them past page 2, even though we built all this content to meet the intent of those keywords. And we're like, well, what's going on? So we thought we'd look at backlinks because they were the underdog, right? They were definitely not mid-market. They were definitely not a brand in the space. And so we went and looked at the backlinks of the competitors and then them. What we found was that GE Healthcare was linking out to all their distributors on the GE website. Right? And they were linking to us too, but they were linking to a website for a different division in the company and not the site that we had that was actually selling these products. And so we contacted our GE rep and had him update the site to point to our site. And I mean, within like a week, all of those page 2 keywords moved to like the top 3 because we had all this content that was really good, much better than our competition. And it was like Google just flipped the switch and said, okay, these guys are known now. They are legit. So let's just rank them according to the quality of the content rather than some arbitrary like backlink measure. The way people used to build backlinks and the way a lot of people still are is they're going out there and trying to like find a lot of backlinks. And as you could see, like with this example, one link made the difference between page 2 for the competitive terms and top 3. And so if you're the underdog, a backlink here or there that is really hard to get, like GE Healthcare is not linking out to anybody. They're only linking out to their authorized distributors, and there's only like 7. So not just anybody can go get this link, and because of that, it has a big impact. If you go build backlinks, anybody can do that. Like, it doesn't even matter how good your content is. I can just throw money at that, hire somebody who's good at creating content and good at building links, and do the same thing. So the links you're getting when you're doing those kind of, even the expensive, in-depth backlink building campaigns that people do in SEO, the type of links you're getting are from sites that are linking to a lot of other sites in most cases. And those links, because of that, are going to be far less valuable than even just like 1 or 2 of these links that are way harder to get. And again, this is only really the case for the underdog. For anybody who's like mid-market or above, Google already has plenty of data to say you're legit and you should probably rank, assuming you have content to meet the intent of those searches. And so if you're mid-market or above, you probably don't need to be building backlinks. The only exceptions to that are like really competitive niches where the difference between success and failure is like 1% improvement, right? In those cases, yeah, you might need to go build more backlinks than your competition, but I still wouldn't start there. I would start with content and then see how that goes and then think, all right, Are there any difficult backlinks that our competition has that not anybody can get that we can go grab ourselves? So if you're a brand, if you're mid-market or above, where should you focus your time? Should you spend any time on getting backlinks? I don't recommend it. I recommend creating content to build brand awareness, to meet the intent of searchers if you're doing SEO, and then evaluate at that point. In almost every case, you're not going to need to go build backlinks as a known brand.